everyone. It's getting to be that most wonderful time of year, meaning the holidays are upon us. I don't know about you, but I was very eager to get into the Christmas spirit this year. So we've been listening to Christmas music and drinking hot cocoa, and we even already have the Christmas tree up, which may or may not be a recipe for disaster with a curious 1-year-old. This episode you're listening to concludes season 1 of Soul Care for the New Mom and will be the last episode I record until the new year. And because of that, I wanted to do something different and special. So today you'll be getting to meet my amazing husband, Grant, and learning more about him and I as we do an interview of each other. A lot of the questions we will ask each other are about parenthood, and I'm super excited to hear his answers and to have him on the podcast for the first time. It's a great way to end a great first season. But before I introduce Grant, there are 2 quick things I want to let you know. First, if you haven't checked it out already, this podcast is also paired with a blog featuring posts about new motherhood and such, which you can find at soulcareforthenewmom.com. Over the holiday season, I'm hoping to publish a few more blog posts, so be sure to bookmark the site and also follow me on Instagram at soulcareforthenewmom to be updated on when those are published as well as when season 2 of the podcast is about to air. The second thing I want to mention is that I would love to hear your thoughts on what this podcast has meant to you, and one of the best ways to do that is to leave a review on iTunes. This also helps other new moms discover the podcast, which is definitely something I am hoping and excited for. So it would mean a lot to me if you would leave a review once you finish this episode, and please also share the podcast or website with any new mamas in your life who could use some gospel truth and encouragement in this crazy season of caring for little ones, because I think we could all use some of that. Don't you agree? Well, without further ado, please meet my darling husband, Grant. Hi, Grant.
Hi, Jess. It's an honor to be here. I've been following your work closely, and I'm just enamored to be on this season finale of Soul Care for the New Mom.
You're making me blush. Well, should we just dive right in?
Yes, I suppose we should. We've prepared some questions about parenthood that we would like to interview and ask each other. So why don't you ask the first one?
Oh, okay, I will. I want to know, what was an unrealistic expectation that you had about parenthood before becoming a dad?
That's a great question, Jess. I would say that I expected Tessa to be easier to teach. I thought that she would just be a little sponge, and that I would just tell her to do something, or I would teach her an animal sound and then she would just pick it up right away. But she doesn't, and that's okay because she's just a little baby, and it takes time, and that makes it all the more rewarding when she does finally get something.
Yeah, I don't know what I expected. I think I knew that it would be a while before she was able to pick up on things like that. What's funny is that my expectations were less about her and more about me, the unrealistic ones, I mean. The unrealistic expectation that I had, the big one, is that I thought that I would all of a sudden be a less angry, less emotional, more patient, more understanding, more selfless, just all around amazingly kind mom. I thought that, all the frustration or irritations that maybe I had before becoming a parent, I thought those would just magically disappear because I would be so enthralled with being this baby's mother. And honestly, I was really thrown by surprise because, yeah, the flesh is still just as strong and prevalent as ever. And I'm having to fight that all the time, and I'm having to be humbled every day. And that was a big paradigm shift for me, I would say.
Well said. I would love to hear you, moving on, describe a favorite memory that you have since becoming a mom.
This was really hard for me to think of for some reason, because I know that we have so many memories, so many good ones, and I don't know, maybe my mind was just drawing a blank because all I could think of is just I love her. But one thing that did come to mind was the first time that we put her in the bath and she actually played. and was splashing and enjoy herself instead of, screaming her head off and wondering why on earth we're placing her in this vat of water. Like, the first time that she was actually happy in the bath, it opened up this whole new world of possibilities for me for some reason, just seeing her enjoy the water. And I think it wasn't even long after that we started taking her to the pool, maybe just like a couple months. And man, she really does love the water. And I love that. It's really fun to watch her have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, she's quite a water baby. I can't wait till next summer when she can enjoy it even more.
Yeah. What is one of your favorite memories since becoming a dad?
I would say it's a handful of specific moments where we just realize how playful she is, and just she just gets these giggle fits, like when I brush my head up against her stomach and like rub my hair, and she just goes crazy. Or like when we realize we like tickle her sides, or we sneak up on her and she just like falls over giggling. It's just so warm to my heart, and I treasure those moments.
Oh my gosh, I will never forget the first time I ever heard her giggle. I'm pretty sure, well, first of all, I recorded it. And second of all, I must have replayed it at least like 100 times since because it's addicting. The noise is like music to my ears.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll move on to the next question. What is something unique about Tessa that you love?
I would have to say the dance she does when she wants more food, or when she's in the process of eating food. She just kicks her legs from side to side.
She really does. It's so funny.
It looks like the motion of a clock, like she's a clockwork baby, and she's just kicking them and swinging from side to side, saying, "Give me more food."
I know, it's the weirdest thing. I've never seen another baby move their legs in the same way just for food. It's hysterical.
Yeah. What about you, Jess? Tell us something unique about Tessa that's dear to you.
I think it would definitely have to be her love and excitement about our dog Buddy. And one event in particular stands out to me. For a while, she had been saying "buh" around him, and we wondered if she was talking about him, if she was actually saying his name, Buddy, but we weren't quite sure because that would be maybe like her second word. I think she was, like 8 months old-ish. I'm not even sure. But we weren't quite sure. And then we went on vacation. It was the first time that she was without him, or without waking up to him in the morning, because he always jumps up on the bed in the morning when we wake up at home. And while we were in the hotel on vacation, I remember she woke up and she looks at us, and the first thing she says is "buh." Buh, like she's waiting for him to come, and he's not coming because he's not here. And that was like the first time it hit me that, like, okay, like she really does know and love him, and like he's not just like a thing that occurs every now and then. Like, she genuinely remembers him. And I love that about her. I love that she is so excited about having him in her life.
She loves that dog so much, and they are such good friends, and it's so clear to see. Yeah. And I just love being a part of that with her. What's one thing that parenthood has taught you about God, Jess?
This was also a hard one for me to answer, because I feel like I'm learning a lot. I'm having to rely on him a lot, and that's been a big thing. But one thing in particular that stands out is that I feel like I've been learning a lot about his discipline, and just knowing that I'm not going to wake up overnight and be all the things I wish I would be, and automatically, no longer have anger, or no longer have impatience or frustration. And his discipline, it comes in the form of many, many days spent struggling against my flesh, taking care of this baby, surrendering, letting things go, giving my all, and forgiving myself when I don't. And it's his discipline. It's painful, but it's so good because there's fruit over time, and it's something that's worth waiting for, even if it hurts during it. And I feel like that's a side to God that I haven't really fully understood before, and I still don't. I'm still learning all the time, but I know that I'm being refined through motherhood, and it's a sweet thing to know. Still hard, but also sweet.
Yeah, I love that. I love just that perspective shift that you and I have both had, just in regards to discipline. I've been more legalistic, and it's been great to just have these conversations with you and work out what it means to discipline as a parent, and God's discipline for us.
Yeah, definitely. What about you? What would you say parenthood has taught you about your faith or about God?
I would have to emphasize just his all-encompassing care and love for us, and just what it means as a parent to just love and cherish and just treasure this little being that's been entrusted to you, and just what it must be like for God to feel that way for all of us. And just I feel like God has enlarged my heart in a way to enable me to love better as a result.
Yeah, I can definitely affirm that I've seen a more tender side to you, and I feel like it's because you're seeing things in a new way, for sure. Here's a question that I'm really interested to know the answer to. How do you view me differently since we've become parents, since I've become a mom?
You're definitely shown a more nurturing and just maternal side since Tessa's been born. Just everything about you, just you ooze motherhood, and you've kind of taken it up in a very natural way. And it's been a delight to see the way that you care for Tessa, and the way that you just mother her and give her everything that she needs. And I'm just so proud of you for the way that you've taken this on.
I've never been told that I ooze motherhood before, but I really like the way it sounds. I'm going to remember that.
Yeah. What about you? How do you see me differently since I've become a parent?
I feel like before we became parents, I would sometimes just kind of dismiss your silliness, or I would just, think, well, Grant's just kind of wacky or nerdy, or he's just doing the most. And maybe I didn't fully appreciate it. And I feel like since I've seen you with our child, and just the way that you interact with her and play with her, and you really are silly with her, and I see the importance of that. I see how good it is that you are that way, and I appreciate it more. And I love that side to you. That I feel like seeing you as a dad makes me understand parts of you even more, or appreciate them even more than I did before.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate your appreciation.
You're welcome.
I would love to hear you describe your dream date night.
Getting ideas for a date. Well, I mean, I don't think it's any surprise to you that my dream date night involves going to the movies.
Of course.
And yeah, definitely going to the movies would be part of my ideal date, just because I love the big screen. I love the movie theater popcorn. I love the whole experience. And we haven't even gotten to do that a lot lately. I feel like we've only been to the movies maybe, a few times since Tessa was born, and I miss it. And so, yeah, definitely going to the movies, eating some good popcorn, and then maybe going over to Cold Stone for some ice cream for dessert.
Yeah.
Because we haven't had that in a while either. And, I love me some ice cream.
Oh, yeah. I thought Cold Stone was just normal ice cream until you took me there. And I realized the error of my ways.
It's a life-changing experience, clearly.
Sponsor us, please.
Shut up. What is your dream date night?
Well, my dream date involves some delicious sushi from any fine establishment.
Why am I not surprised?
Oh, it's delightful, and it's just something I can't exclude it from my perfect date, and probably just a nice walk in some crisp air. Maybe not too chilly, but I want you to snuggle up to me. I don't want you to get all sweaty. And just holding hands and talking.
You want me to snuggle up to you? I'm
Yes.
sorry, what was that? You want me to get sweaty?
No.
You said not get sweaty?
Not get sweaty.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what you were implying.
I meant like hand holding sweaty, okay? Like it has to be cold so that we want to hold hands.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, we're on the last question. What is something that first drew you to me that you still see in me today?
Without a doubt, it would have to be your eloquence in both speech and writing. Clearly, with this podcast and with just your blog, I've always been impressed with just the gift of writing that God's given you and your way with words, and I delight in seeing that side of you all the time. How about you?
Well, first of all, thank you, and I always love knowing that you're one of my biggest fans.
I am.
Something that I saw in you when we first met that I still definitely see in you today is just how willing you are to serve, and to just bend over backwards to, make the people you love smile. And you really serve in just an amazing way, me and our daughter, every single day. It really changes the way our house runs. It changes the way our marriage is for the better. And it humbles me because sometimes I forget just how amazing it is that we're in this partnership together and that we get to serve and submit to one another. And really, when I watch you and I see your servant's heart, I feel like it's like a picture of Jesus, and that's what marriage is supposed to be. And I love that about you.
Thank you so much. I do it all for you and just for our little girl, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I just love you all so much.
Yeah. Well, I kind of feel like, I guess that's it, like maybe we can just wrap up. Or do you want to say anything before we close out?
Well, thank you so much for having me. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we
like, comment, and subscribe. Okay. You watch too much YouTube.
Yes, thank you, dear listeners, for this wonderful season, and happy holidays. And you keep on trucking, baby mama.
Keep on trucking. Oh, that's how we're ending. Bye. Have a Merry Christmas.